Hey guys! So today I'm going to be talking about Ponafina, but specifically, the theme about friendship and, yeah, friendship being one of the amazing things about this world that makes it a better place, right? For those of you that don't know who Ponafina is one of many creatures that are going to be on this channel, that are going to exist on this channel, and it's basically this water horse, baby water horse creature. Insert some similes right there, and it's a cute little thing. It likes to walk around and it likes to run around and be adorable, and it also likes water apparently, right? Because I guess that would make sense. But I mean, we can go over what it is basically. It's got this water flippy over here. It's like a water strand of hair, I guess you can say. And then it's got like a water collar over here, and this hair is like, I guess it's a lot of hair, and it moves around like water. And then this doesn't move around like water. It's just a tail, right? But yeah, basically a baby water horse, and it water horse-like creature, I guess you can say, and it likes to do baby water horse things. Does that make sense? I guess we'll learn more about it as time goes on, right? But we're going to pretty much go into today's discussion basically. Oh, but I did want to point out this right here. Okay. So it is about friendship, today's video, but it's also about hair. Now, hair is this amazing thing that I suppose horse creatures might have on their head, right? That kind of makes sense. And you might have some hair too, which is pretty cool. Hair is this thing that happens. Now, the thing about Ponafina's hair is that, like I said, this moves like it's as if it's in water. So basically, you know what happens when you jump into a pool, right? Sometimes, well, I guess it would make sense. Your hair starts to move because the water is like moving it around, basically, right? Like your hair is moving around in water, and that would make sense. But Ponafina's hair moves even if it's not in water. It just moves like as if it's in water. That's what its hair does. That's what it does. It'll be sitting, it'll be sleeping. It just moves around. It just moves around like as if it's in water. That's basically what happens there. And we'll move on to this picture over here because we're gonna continue on to today's topic. Now today, I wanted to talk about, like I said, about friendship. Now bonds specifically are a great place to start over here because most creatures obviously will have a so-called "are we friends?" Scale, right? This is just a fun little scale that I put together so you can actually see what's going on here. But normally there's a difference between, hey, are we friends? And hey, we're really good friends. And hey, we're best friends, right? It all depends on how long you've spent time with your creature, traveled, or been, I don't know, like you've had great, amazing memories. And obviously if you don't have really good memories, then, or if you have memories that aren't so great, maybe that are we friends meter wouldn't be so high. But in this particular case, as you can see, Ponafina is a special kind of creature in the sense that like they create special bonds with their human, with their person, with the person that they travel with, with their odor, right? Like whatever you want to call them. People will often have a special connection when it comes to these horse-like creatures because it's part of who they are, right? Most creatures will learn to become friends or become friends with the person that they travel with, but Ponafinas are special in the sense that they have this special connection that leads them to trust the person that they're traveling with, and to be they tend to really get attached to that human being, right? As if that person is, what can you say? Like the bestest friends in their entire world. Does that make sense? Okay. So as you can see over here, here is a hand, right? This is a hand, but it's also, there's a glove there. So just so you know, it's holding its It's holding out its hand basically towards this Ponafina right here. And as you can see, this Ponafina is like, huh? What? Like, who are you? Like, who is this person right here, right? Like, I don't like, this is like one of the situations where like the person literally just met this character, like this met this Ponafina, and is holding out his hand to indicate that, hey, you know what, I'm a friendly person, you can trust me, it's okay. But the Ponafina doesn't understand if they can trust this person. Actually, it doesn't. This is the first time that this Ponafina has met them, probably, maybe in a field, or maybe this Ponafina belongs to someone else and it's another human being trying to be friendly towards it. But it's that sort of thing where like they're very smart and they observe the person in front of them, but they know, like, this is completely first encounter kind of thing, kind of just not necessarily understanding of who this person is. But that's probably okay, because in this situation you are here, and this is the little thing that I drew, a little scale that I drew to kind of help us understand what's going on here. You are here, meaning that, like, if this was the are we friends meter, the trust bond are we friends meter, because I don't have a better name for it, then this is like the literally like they just met kind of thing, right? And they don't know each other that well. You are here in this situation. And then here would be the okay point, right? The okay point, like, yeah, we're friends, right? Like, we've known each other for a while and we're pretty good, happy face, right? That's when Ponafina would probably be easily going towards the hand and just like, smiling, happy, putting its head on the hand and everything, that sort of thing. Very different scenarios right here. But way beyond over here, like past and beyond, right? There exists special bonds where Ponafinas feel very attached and best friends towards their to the person they're traveling with, right? And one of the special things that can happen, which is, the point of today's video, is this right here. Yes, right over here, guys. Okay, so as you can see, well, can you guys guess what's happening here? Right? Okay. I'll tell you. Basically, here's the girl, right? There's a girl right here, and this is her Ponafina. Now, as you can see, Ponafina, girl right here. Now, this is an adorable hug, right? Ponafinas love hugs. They're very, what can you say? Like, they love being around human beings. They're just, they have that horse-like, I guess, nature, right? Now, this is a hug, and normally, whenever you become friends with like various creatures that are going to exist in the world, right? Many of them will enjoy being pet, given hugs, and giving them their favorite foods, sort of things like that, right? This is just one of those things. But in this case, you remember when I talked about this, like being all the way over here? Yes. See, that's the thing, is like whenever they become real best friends, and whenever Ponafina actually feels that its trust is completely on that person, right? And they've come to really be attached and trusting, and that person becomes like, I guess you can say, their bestest friend in the whole world. There will be points where, like, basically because the character is hugging Ponafina, this causes a reaction, right? Because of what I said before, basically being because of the special bond that exists there. Sometimes what will happen is that the hair of the person that is, I guess, best friends with Ponafina, their hair will start to flow. You remember when I was talking about this over here, guys? How Ponafina's hair flows as if it's not in water. It just does it. Like, this is just what happens, right? Like, this is kind of like how Ponafina is. Its hair just flows. Well, because of how close and how best friends these two are, her hair starts to flow. And this happens because of just the special bonds that exists between the two, because Ponafina has grown attached, and Ponafina has learned to trust this person and understands that they are, I guess, the one human or person in the world that they can always come back to and feel like that's their best friend. Something like that. It's something like that. So, but in this case, it's because they're, it's like contact, basically, right? So the only time this can actually happen is if, like, Ponafina is being pet, or if Ponafina is somehow in contact with the character right here. So see how, like, there's a separation here, right? This wouldn't have, like, even if this person was, like, right over here, best friends, like, completely, like, Ponafina trusts this character, this person, their hair would not do this because there's no contact right here. But if their hands made contact with scratching their ear, brushing their hair, petting their head, anything, like, as long as, like, if there was anything there, and if for some reason Ponafina was just, like, really, really, like, excited or feeling emotions of joy and all that, then yes, their hair would flow, and that's what would happen. But, like, it would be in those kinds of special moments where there's, like, when it's, like, a really joyful memory, or, like, just a moment of pure happiness where, like, Ponafina is just enjoying life, right? And super happy. I guess you can say super happy, right? But yeah, it's only whenever, like, there's actual, like, contact during those moments where it's, like, super happy and, brushing hair, painting, petting head, anything basically like that. Which is why this happened, basically, because, like, this was a hug and Ponafina was so happy, and then the hair just started to flow like that. And over here, the hair just started to flow. Well, it kept flowing, and then the person realized, well, like, hey, because, like, it was, like, surprised. Like, this probably was, like, the first time it actually happens, and it was like, wait a minute, what's going on? And then she noticed, and she's like, oh, my hair's flowing. That's weird, but you know what? Cool. This is actually really cool. And moreover, over here, I drew another picture to kind of indicate what's going on here. Over here, you can see that Ponafina is sleeping right next to her arm right there, and she's reading on a bench, and it's one of those moments where Ponafina is just, I guess you could say, like, life is just, like, amazing. And it's sleeping. As you can see the Z's over here, I made some Z's so that you guys can clearly see that, Ponafina is sleeping right there, and the hair is just flowing on this girl because, it's one of those moments where Ponafina is like, yay, life, happy, yay, happy. Okay. And I think that's a good example of, like, what this little, what can you call it? I don't even know what the name of this would be called. It's like the Ponafina hair flowing like water phenomenon, we'll call it, right? Like, just the thing that happens very rarely, because it's a rare occurrence that only happens when Ponafinas and the human that they're traveling with just have that sort of best friends special bond, I guess you can say. Because not everyone will have it, right? Some people will have it, some people won't, and you'll only see it whenever occurrences like that, basically. And that's how you'll basically be able to tell if the Ponafina you have is completely, like, if you are absolutely best friends with them, or if there's still, like, room to grow in terms of, like, your friendship and the special bond that they form, So this is indication that they are clearly best friends, that, Ponafina absolutely trusts this person and is basically their entire world, right? That's kind of how that is. And it's a very nice thing. What some people could try to do is try to pretend or trick the people around them and think, like, hey, look, I'm doing it, right? I'm doing it. Nah. Obviously, you see, like, you remember what I told you before, like, whenever they pet the Ponafina, like, that would be the time where, like, the hair would actually move up. Only what's happening here is that, yeah, see, like, she's not, they don't have the special bond that these two might have, right? So that basically this person has. And because of that, her hair isn't doing that. But it doesn't mean that it'll never do that. It just means that in this situation, it's not doing it. It only happens whenever there's clearly a special bond of being best friends. And if that's not the case, then it doesn't happen. But she'll hold up her hair, and it's still not doing it. You could also try to spray your hair and comb it up, and I guess, pretend like it's happening. But honestly, I mean, nah. And that's pretty much the whole idea on what happens when Ponafina basically has a special bond with the human that they're traveling with. And like I said, it'll be like a rare occurrence. It's not something that is always seen. It's something that is only seen whenever the two are truly best friends and the two truly have a special bond. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that was enjoyable in some way. This is pretty much, I think, what I had to say about this sort of situation. And if I don't have anything else, I mean, feel free to ask questions or feel free to, I don't know, to say things. But other than that, yeah, this is pretty much what this is, guys. I hope that you guys had a wonderful time. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care. Have a great day, guys.